Today I'm going to show you guys how to solve the Megaminx. Now, solving this puzzle is very similar to solving a 3x3, it's just that there's more pieces to put in place, and there's a few other things you have to do differently. Now, to start off, instead of making a white cross, we're going to be making a white star. So what you want to do is just pick an edge piece that has white on it, like this red and white one here, and you just need to move it around until you get it between the red and white center. Now, I can see that these moves will put it in place just like that. And let's see if I can find another one. Oh yeah, here's a purple and white one, and it's pretty far away, but you just kind of move it from side to side until you get it to the purple center, and you just kind of move it in place. If it is flipped wrong like this, then you just put it onto an adjacent side and then bring it down to pair it up, and then you kind of push it into place. And for this blue one, yeah, that's easy. Just bring it down there, bring it up. And this yellow one, it looks like it needs to go over here, so I'm gonna bring it out of the way, bring it from side to side, and there, it's paired up with the yellow. I can bring that up. And the last one, that's already matched up for us. So that's the easiest step for you to do. You just need to play around with it until you get used to the feel of the puzzle before you can easily pair up edges like I can. Alright, now we need to find corners that can go in between the points of the stars. Now this corner is here, but it's in the wrong place. This one needs to go between the blue and red center over here. So to bring that corner out, that's easy. You just kind of bring the piece up and just kind of shove it out of the way. There we are. And then bring up the corner so that it's right above the place where it needs to go. And if you remember the algorithm from the beginner's method of the Rubik's Cube, then you can just do the simple R-I-D-I-R-D, 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 and that puts it in place. Or you can even do it this way with the star on the bottom. R-U-R-I-U-I, R-U-R-I-U-I, and then just keep going through until it's all matched up. Either way works, whichever you're most comfortable with. So here's another corner with white on it, and this goes between purple and yellow, right over here. So I'm gonna move it from side to side until I get right above it, and then just apply the normal algorithm to get it up there. There you are. And if you want to be adventurous, you can even do that algorithm backwards to get it in place. And you can even ignore the last or the beginning U move, because that's unnecessary. Alright, so now we have the first layer done. Now we can move on to the edges. So pretty much you want to look for the edge that goes in between the two centers you're looking at, because they really blend in with all of the other pieces up here. So right now I want to look for the red and green edge piece. Oh, here it is, right up here. And you pair it up just like you do on the normal cube. If it doesn't match up that way, then you bring it over here. And then you just do that normal algorithm. U, R, U prime, R prime, U prime, L prime, U, L. And as you expect, you just continue doing that for piece to piece. Now you may run into a problem like this, where you want to find the yellow and blue edge piece, but it's over here in another one. Now you have two options. One, you can either put this edge piece up here into place, and in the process that'll push it out, and then you could bring it in, or you can just apply the algorithm, whichever one you want to get it out. There. There we are. Oh, and yeah, I did get that one in there. I didn't mean to. But now the edge piece is out, and you can bring it over and pair it into place. Just like that. And if your piece is in there but flipped wrong, then yeah, you just take it out and then put it back in normally. Very simple. Now the next step, we need to find an edge piece that can go either between these centers or these centers. It doesn't matter which side you pick. I'm just gonna pick purple, orange, and yeah, it's right over here. So I see that I can just bring it up to pair it up with that one, and I can bring it down into place. So you apply a lot of the same moves that you did when you created the original star. And now we need to find the purple, yellow, orange corner that will fit in the place. Right up here. So I'm gonna bring this up and over, just like I did when I was pairing up these corners before. So if you rotate it like this, then your corner is right above where it needs to go, and you just apply that one algorithm until it fits into place. There we are. And for the edge piece, this is yellow-orange, right up here. When we bring it down, it goes up like this, and then we can pair that in place. Now when you move on to the next section, you want to find the edge piece that goes in here, because if you find like the green-blue edge piece, like this, Then when you go to put the corner and edge in here, you've got this whole long gap that you have to travel through. You could easily just rotate the center up and then you could just pair it into there, but then your colors are different than what they are over here. So that can lead to confusion. So to prevent that, I'm going to go for the green and yellow edge. I see that it's over here, so I'm going to bring it down and bring it into place. Now I've got two sections that can be filled just like we did before. So I can bring that into place, and I can fit that into place as well, and I can apply the algorithm. So I can bring that into place. So you just continue doing that all the way around. Well, and when you get to this step, you've got all of these pieces to fill here, but when you go in to pick one of these edges, like the green and blue one, or no, green and purple, then what you can fill in this one easy enough, but then you have to fill in that one. But certainly the less you have to do that, the better off you are. Okay, so I got that in place. And before you rotate this up, look at your colors. You need the green, purple, and blue. Once you know which color it is, then you can rotate it up. So the green, purple, and blue is up here. Keep in mind that you may also have it over here, and then you may accidentally push it down. So if your green, purple, and blue corner is over here, then you just want to bring it up, pull it out of the way, and then bring it back again. So bring it over here, and then you just apply the algorithm until it gets down there. There we are. Now for the edge, now this is the green and blue edge. It's right up here. So I noticed that when I put it here, then this is the right spot. Notice that these two greens are matching, so I can apply that algorithm. Here we are. Now I can bring this back down, and I can fill the last piece. So this is the light yellow, light blue, green, right up here. And I can bring it down like that. That's a little F2L trick I just used there. So now we can finally move on to the top layer. So it looks like the top color I'm going to be using is gray. And to solve this last layer, we're going to be using many of the same algorithms that we used for the last layer on the Rubik's Cube, just used in a certain way. Now you could have several different patterns with the way these edge pieces are facing, but I'm going to start off with this one, where only one edge piece is facing up. So I'm using the F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. Now for this case, with my points facing away here, and this being the front side and this being the right side, then just apply that normal algorithm, F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. And this is the other case that you can possibly get, where you get kind of this arrow thing. But when that happens, you have one point facing the right side and the other 2 points facing the left and back sides. So you just have F, R, U, R prime, U prime, F prime. So that's pretty simple, and now we have another star on the top. Now you want to rotate the top layer until you can get as much edge pieces paired up as possible. Looks like we have one here, and we've got none there. We've got one there, oh, and a second one there. In this case, we also have two over there, and it looks like that's the maximum we can get, is 2 pieces. When you have this case with your 2 pieces, one on the front, one on the left, then I usually apply this algorithm. It may be a little different from the tutorial you learned it, but my algorithm works just fine. So to do this one, you do R, U, R prime, U, R, U prime 2, and then R prime. And you do that once or twice until the edge pieces get solved, so you may have to do it once more. And in this case, you know, I got that. Now back when you were rotating the top layer and you found that you had 2 paired edge pieces, but they were on opposite sides of each other like this, then set up your cube so that you have one edge piece on the front here and the other one is on the back side. You know, if it's like this and your edge piece is over here, then yeah, just rotate it over. Now to fix this, we're going to be switching around these 3 edge pieces, and we're going to be using an algorithm that's a little bit different, but it's pretty similar. So do R, U2, R prime, U, R, U2, R prime. And you do that once or twice. Looks like I'm going to have to do it again. There we are. Now, if you get the frustrating case where you're rotating the top layer and you can only seem to find one edge piece that pairs up at a time, then you're going to have to apply the algorithm once more. And make sure that you turn it enough times that you only know that one edge piece is being paired up. If you didn't turn it enough or you didn't notice that you actually had two edge pieces, then you may screw things up. When this happens, apply the first algorithm from any position. It does not matter. Then go back and rotate the top layer until you can find two pieces again. There we are. We've got this case right there. Okay, so now we can move on to the corners. And applying the normal corner switching algorithm is a little bit different on this puzzle. What you want to do is look for a corner that will be in place, and you will always find at least one. And see here, I've got the pink and yellow corner in place. Ah, much better lighting. Now, the cases that you'll get in this step is you'll either have just one corner in the right place, you'll have two of them, or you'll have all the corners in the right place. And for me, I just have one. Now I'm going to consider this as the left side and this is the right side. And with that in mind, you apply the normal corner switching algorithm. So that's L prime, U, R, U prime, L, U, R prime, U prime. And you will only need to apply that algorithm once. And it looks like we have these two corners matched up. Now let's move this over here, and if you haven't noticed yet, we're switching around these three corners. So you want to make sure that your matched up corners are in this area. Now this time we're going to have to apply the algorithm once or twice. So let's go through it. There we are. Nope, once more. And there you are, that did the trick. Okay, let's zoom back a bit. If you get this case where this one corner is in place and this corner is in place, then that means we're gonna have to switch around these three corners like this. And here's a little trick I learned. If you bring this corner up here, now we can switch around the three corners. So you apply the normal algorithm once or twice again. See, did that do the trick? Nope, once more. There you are. Now those corners are all in the right place, and we can bring this side back down. And finally, we are on the last step, orienting the corners. And this works just like it does on the normal Rubik's Cube. You just do that algorithm for each corner around. R prime, D prime, R, D, R prime, D prime, R, D, over and over again. Don't forget that last D move before you rotate the top layer. We are, keep going. And it is possible that you could have all five corners rotated wrong. Almost there. And since we rotated the top layer 3 times, we just need to rotate it back to get it back in place. And there we are, the Megaminx is now solved. If you guys found this tutorial helpful, then you may be interested in checking out some of the other tutorials I've made through this playlist right here. Or if you want to be notified of when these videos are uploaded, then you can subscribe above. Thanks for watching!